So, hello everyone. I hope you, your colleagues, and family members are safe and in good health. As textile mills across India are starting their operations after the lockdown, mill owners and the industry at large is looking for guidance from business leaders and industry experts on how to kickstart their business and what to expect in the near future on how to run their business during these difficult times. Today, we have with us Mr. G.V. Aras, Director of the Textile Engineering Group of A.T.E, who will share his perspective on what the textile mills and the industry at large needs to do to survive this crisis. I think Mr. Aras needs no introduction to the audience. I think he's one of the most well-known and the most respected person in the Indian textile industry. So, welcome to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gopal. And first of all, thanks again for your kind words about me. I'm pretty sure that all our customers and people are quite safe wherever they are. I think this COVID-19 has been one of the blue swan kind of a black swan kind of events, and I think it has really shaken everybody. So we are not prepared. There is no book, management book, which has taught us to deal with this situation. So everybody has to find out a way out on whatever experience he has. But on a short term, I personally feel it's definitely a pain. But I personally see a long-term gain for India as a country. The night is always darkest before the dawn. And I would say this is the darkest period of the night before the dawn will come on India. As far as textile industry is concerned, definitely India has lots of advantages, and the changing geopolitical situation today definitely gives us an idea that the countries who are buying textiles, buying houses will definitely look for an alternative to China. Of course, it's not only India. There's going to be Vietnam, Bangladesh, Indonesia. Everybody is going to compete with us. So I personally feel the industry must really think very seriously, which we have not thought so far, that we have to reboot our thinking, and there has to be a total paradigm shift in their thinking. And we have to really see how we can convert this disaster into an opportunity. Now, first and foremost, I think the industry is facing a very serious challenge of labor migration. I think it's going to last for longer because, for safety, everybody is running away to their houses. I think number one, according to me, suggestion to the industry that they must really look at this problem more seriously. Somehow try to get back the labor, incentivize the workforce, give them all the facilities, ensure them safety, then only they will come back. So top of your agenda, point number one must be bringing back the labor, because ours is a labor intensive industry. Point number two, cash is going to be the king. And as all of us know very well that Indian textile industry is highly leveraged. We don't have normally a cash more than 2 weeks time. It will be very prudent on everybody's part to cut down the cost but preserve cash, because this situation is going to last for much longer period. Secondly, third point is our present product mix of individual mills is more commodity based. I would suggest people to look seriously at this product mix, change it, go for niche products, go for high value added products, or something which is not part of commodity, because then only you can ensure your margins. Fourth point is very important point. We are all cotton based economy as far as textile is concerned, and therefore we are missing a larger basket of exports. I think mills must think seriously of synthetics. The prices will come down because of crude prices coming down. Everybody must diversify their basket to synthetic products, because there is larger varieties in the export market India can grab, like winter wear, functional fabrics, performance fabrics, inner wears. There is a big variety which India is missing today. Fifth point is there's a larger scope for import substitution. There are a lot of products which India doesn't make and simply imports simple products like activewear, sportswear, baggage fabrics. You cannot imagine this is thousands of crores of fabrics get imported. They are very simple. I think we must look at import substitution as one of the best opportunities which we have not looked so far. Sixth point is that I think industry and government must work together. Not only industry, but all the constituents of industry in the value chain must work as one constituent, because it's a question of India, end of the day, not individuals, and work with government to make a blueprint, which I think we should really implement to grab the opportunity which is going to come. Seventh point is that there are a lot of possibilities. India is mainly in the lower value segment. We have to really move now to take this opportunity and move now to high value segment. Especially it requires a very good coating, lamination kind of things where you can give special finishes like fire retardancy, antimicrobial, all these things, or easy care fabrics. I think India must get into high value. This is very important. We are missing this totally. Next point is about technology adoption. I think so far our industry has neglected introduction of automation, digitization. Now there is absolutely no go because labor will be in shortage. One has to really modernize the industry, go for more automation, use of IoT, use of digitization so that your factories become smarter and you optimize on your cost also. Uh, my next point is India is losing the global market basically on costing and quality. China is leader only on these two parts, and third is delivery commitments. I think we have to improve our records on quality. We have to really invest in technology. Costing, I think we have to really work hard on costing, see how we can use some common resources and bring down the cost, and bring down the logistics and transportation cost also, because our value chain is highly fragmented. And last but not the least, delivery commitment. India stands last in delivery commitment. I think we have to really increase the trust of the buyers on India, which we are missing. Next point is about garments. India's growth engine has never been garment like China. We are really missing on garment. Uh, there's a high opportunity if we create a larger garment capacities in low cost states like Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Northeast states, which is like a Bangladesh model. And we can be highly competitive in garment markets. And there's a larger opportunity waiting for us because buyers will try to shift to other countries. Last but not the least, there is a big segment of medical disposables coming up. I understand that the only PPEs which are supplied in last 1.5 months are worth 7,000 crores. Now this market is going to stay in India as well as abroad. It's not only PPEs. I'm talking about the overall disposable market. You know that there can be disposable wipes, medical, related hygiene equipments, lot of things. Non-woven, spun-bond material, the huge scope. So industry must look very closely to non-wovens as a great opportunity. I believe that if India can play its card properly, we can really grab a larger share in the market. But government also has to play a role, because why the investors are not coming to India. There are a few things. That one is that our policies are inconsistent. Our policies should be at least for next 20 years. Land reforms, labor reform, judiciary reforms, because otherwise nobody will come and invest here. I think government should really have a very clear policy network which is business friendly. Like Vietnam, investments have gone to Vietnam simply because it's very business oriented and one window solution. Our red tapeism has to be converted to red carpet. I'm very confident that there will be queue of investors coming and investing in textile industry, because our own supply chain, internal supply chain, is totally independent. I think there is a vast opportunity which India must grab, but I think government and industry must think freshly that this opportunity is not going to come once again. Let's convert this disaster into a great opportunity. And I'm very sure that if there are great minds and brilliant people in our industry, if they and the policymakers work together, prepare a crash team which works very fast on this rather than waiting for months or year together. We have to have a cracking team which can go immediately. Bangladesh has gone one step ahead of us. They have already announced policy to attract investment with 10 years tax holidays. They have already given exporters, because their dependency is high on garment exports. They have already given financial support to garment exporters. Vietnam has also gone a step ahead. So I think Indian government, textile ministry also should look at this industry as a money spinner. Plus, it has a great employment potential, export potential. I think we should not allow this opportunity to go out of our hands. I'm very optimistic about our industry and India's position today. There had been no such great opportunity in last many decades which have come, but whether we can grab it or not is up to us. So I request all the industry fellows that look at this situation very positively, convert disadvantage into a big advantage. All the best to all of you and stay safe.
It was a very well, summarized, set of points, Mr. Aras. Thanks a lot for that. The next question that we have is, A.T.E is one of the oldest organizations in the textile industry in India. You've been in many ways guiding textile companies and the industry in the last many decades. What role will A.T.E and its principles play in helping the Indian textile industry tide through this crisis?
Very good question, Mr. Gopal. Because I think a lot of customers are looking at A.T.E since we are the only organization which works across entire textile value chain for the machinery, equipment, accessories, etc. Uh, we, our company has already thought of this, that the industry will need our help. So we have prepared our plan already 1.5 months back once we went into lockdown. Number one, everyone was told that please keep in touch with your customers. Ask them how they are doing. One is on safety, hygiene, as well as, any kind of help they require, extend it, but keep in continuous touch with the customers, because for business continuity, this is going to be very crucial. Number two, what we have done is that, we have used this time to prepare some material which can be useful to the industry. So what we have done on first front, we have prepared FAQs, especially about the machines. My service team has worked very hard for a few days to prepare these frequently asked questions on machinery maintenance, as well as when the lockdown is over and the machines will, factories will restart, what care they have to take when the machines have to be started, because it's not plug and play kind of thing, you have to take a lot of care. So that also they have already prepared, and we have already circulated to all our customers. So our customers are actually absolutely ready to push the button and start the machines, number one. Number two, we are already, we have arranged for a few webinars for our customers. So one webinar we have already arranged about 5-6 days back on the need of automation and plant monitoring in the change scenario post COVID-19. We had tremendous response from the industry. More than, I think, 200 people attended this seminar and appreciated our effort. One more webinar we are arranging in the next week is purely by service people on the best maintenance practices for the machines, and also when companies are going to restart, what extra care they have to take in starting and running the machines more efficiently, how to optimize the cost, because costing is going to be very crucial. Also, our principals, we have convinced to conduct some workshops. So now on Tuesday, there is a workshop of Malo, on particularly quality monitoring. They have a lot of interesting equipment. So more than, I think, 250 people have already registered. So it's very clear that customers are looking towards companies like A.T.E for some kind of guidance. Over and above that, I'm personally in touch with many mill owners just to understand what kind of situation is they are undergoing, if they need any help. And many people are asking us, what they should do. So what I have said in my earlier interview, I'm telling them, sir, this is the opportunity, don't lose it. And actually A.T.E is quite strong in hygiene related or medical disposable products since very long time. So my team is geared up. They are providing complete guidance on project, where you should invest, whether it is a spunlace, whether it is spun bond, all kinds of guidance we are giving to people, because we believe in A.T.E that medical and hygiene market is going to be huge in future. Not only India, it's a great opportunity in future. So there also my people are guiding, and our principals are also helping in all the respects. Now in next few days, because it looks like that the lockdown in some red zones will continue even after 15, so we'll have more opportunity to communicate with customers. So we are going to arrange some more webinars which customers would like to have. And I think this is really going to help a lot. It will create a kind of a bond and a relationship between customers and ATE, which I'm sure is going to go much stronger in future. And we always believe that customers and principals are our partners, business partners. It's not one type of transaction, one time transaction. And therefore, I think every person in ATE is in regular touch with the customers and trying to help whichever they want. We have also asked principals to stock up the spares as much as possible, because when plus ATE is going to stock the spares also, because we always locally try to import the spares and supply to customers, because we anticipate that post COVID-19, when the lockdown is over and factories start, actually some factories have already started, and we have influx of so many orders for spare parts is unimaginable, because when machines restart after 2 months, they'll have tremendous amount of spare part requirements, service support. So we are all geared up from AT side. Electronic components are stocked. Many of our principals, I have requested them to write directly to customers. So they have also ensured customers they have enough stock of spares. Any help required, we are there, and AT is there to help you out. So this way, actually, we are really in touch with, we are engaged with customers, and our every employee is, in fact, who is in sales and services is totally engaged with the customers, because I think in this testing time, if we are not with our customers, then I think it is really not worth for us to be in the business. So I think it's very important. We have to support Indian customers, because we believe that this time is very tough, but it's not going to last forever. When the things are going to be better, I'm pretty sure that customers will remember us as part of their family. This is what is a thought of ATE and the philosophy of ATE.
Brilliant, sir. And we wish you good luck. One final question, sir. I know it's like a $1 million or $1 billion question. What does your heart say? When do you think we will get back at least to the pre-COVID levels? When do you think India will get back to some normalcy? And
this is a very difficult question to answer, because I'm neither an astrologer, neither I have a crystal ball, and this is unprecedented situation, But I mean, my gut feeling is that, because fortunately, I am in touch with many industry leaders in last couple of months, before lockdown as well as after. Some of them have started operations also. Let me share with you very honestly that everyone is clueless. Even the strongest leader in the industry are clueless, because there are 2-3 reasons. One is, this is the first time event. Secondly, they don't know how deep the impact is and how long it's going to remain, number 2. And number 3, particularly, those who are exporting, their many orders got cancelled. So when they start also, they don't know what to produce. And see, for example, spinning mills have started operations, but weaving has not started, processing has not started. So quite obviously, they are clueless as to, how the supply chain will be fully operational. Now, coming back to answering your question, my gut feeling is, if you say pre-COVID-19, I would say at least 1 year, minimum 1 year, because according to me, the workers who have gone will take a long time to come back. And this is my biggest worry than anything else. See, somehow people will manage cash. Maybe government will force banks to extend loans. Maybe moratorium of loans payments will be increased. I mean, cash management is second now. It was first, but now it's second. Now, getting labor back will be the biggest challenge. And I think that will take probably 6 months to even 1 year. That's why I'm saying minimum 1 year. So actually, I personally believe this financial year 2021, I think most of the companies can attain production level of 50-60%, not more, simply because they will not have labor force. By next year, mid of next year, I'm quite hopeful that we would come back to normalcy. And not only that, after that, probably we will pass that normalcy also, and our trajectory will be higher. I personally believe 21, 22, 22, 23 will be excellent years for Indian textile industry.
Sir, on that very positive note, I want to thank you for sparing your time and sharing your thoughts and perspectives. And we really hope the Indian and of course even the global textile industry, recovers from this crisis, and all of us, and we hope and pray that we emerge from this crisis faster and get back to normalcy levels. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Gopal, as always. And it has been a great pleasure talking to you. And I think one thing I didn't mention, but I must mention that I'm looking at the examples of history because I love to go to history. The examples like Japan and Germany. After World War, when the whole country was totally, went to ashes, Japan, it rose after that and became a world power. Similarly, Germany, it became a world power only after the disaster happened. I think it is India's turn now. India will become a giant after this. And if we follow Japan and Germany in all the respects, discipline, I think single-minded goal following, I think as a country, we have a great opportunity to become like Japan and Germany. So thank you very much once again, Mr. Gopal, for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts. Of course, I have comparatively a much lesser experience than many industry stalwarts, but whatever I thought, I felt like sharing with you so that it can go to the industry people also. Thank you again.